Now, this population growth is a huge factor for us to consider when we're buying property in Dubai. I'm investing in property this year, and one of the key reasons why I'm doing it is because I know in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, the population growth is just going to be through the roof. Dubai has very, very positive momentum. It's known all over the world in a positive light for being tax friendly, for having great weather, and for now being a good place for entrepreneurs, digital nomads and corporate entities to set up. And not for mentioning, the leisure scene, the sports scene, the education, healthcare. All these beneficial factors are driving traffic into Dubai, and something, again, I do mention consistently, but it's so important because that's your supply-demand aspect. That's it right there, written in black and white for you. So we know that there's going to be a huge amount of demand coming in the future years, and supply will not keep up with that. There's no way on earth that 5.8 million properties are going to be built by 2040. So that's the solid underlying reason why anyone should invest in Dubai, because we have the data that demand is expected. And don't forget, when the Dubai government says they're going to do something, they do it. It's not like a lot of other countries around the world. They're exceptionally well funded. They are visionaries. They're innovative. They're world leading in some aspects. It's in recent times, crypto NFT scene is very, very big here, but fundamentally they take decision. They'll build out islands, they'll develop private islands, and they're saying that something's going to happen. I believe it. Okay, so that's the underlying reason why we want to do that. Now, as part of that process, they've got to develop a lot of properties. They've got to sustain the growth of the city. So I mentioned earlier that the government is very pro-development, which is true. So as we move forward, for property investors, there's going to be a lot of options out there and a lot of new build properties and a lot of off-plan investment opportunities for us to consider. Okay, but this is not a new concept. As I mentioned earlier, it's already in huge demand. So if we look at the Dubai Land Department data from Q1 of 2023, 59% of the transactions done were off-plan. 59%. So that's 60% effectively. So what I mean by that is 60% of the transactions that happened in Q1 of 2023 in Dubai were property investors or property buyers purchasing directly from developers via agents of properties that are being built, that are not ready. Okay, so that should demonstrate to you the investment case of what other investors see, right? They see there's good value in it. They see it as safe, secure, and perhaps a good indication of why we want to consider it. Now, I'll go over a few other advantages now. So I've got 6 or 7 here written down. And then after that, we'll talk about those 3 considerations I mentioned. So I don't just want to be, clear in saying, oh, it's amazing, buy for off-plan, because it's not for everyone, although I do think it is suitable for the majority of people. However, there are a couple of points to consider and to think about when we're making those investment decisions. So number 1, we'll go through the advantages of off-plan property investment.